Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Liquid Therapy, episode 4. 1 month since the start. That's crazy. 4 episodes we've done this so far with your hosts, Ivoxy and Squally, whatever side he's on. So basically, it's been 4 months we've done this so far. And it's where we share candid conversations while having a cold beverage and chatting with each other since we've known each other for a very long time. Today I'm having a little bit of Moosehead Lager. It is backwards, as it does, as it is because of Discord. I actually flipped this thing around, so it's actually just flipped backwards. So that's how it is. Anyways, what are you drinking today, homie?
I'm doing a mix of some tequila. It's a silver tequila. It's a Sezu with some pina colada mixed.
Not bad, not bad. All right, so today I want to talk about after a month of doing this, we've had a couple conversations on here, and we come back every single week, kind of prepared. Today's Sunday actually, instead of a Saturday, but I don't. As long as we're doing like one every week, we usually do it within the week, so we'll never really go into a Monday. We'll always post it within that time. But I thought you were up in your Anime North thing this week, so that's what I thought. So I just didn't really compute in my head. I was like, I will do it tomorrow. That's what I thought. So I blame you for that one. That's you for sure. Not me at all. I'm not gonna
Oh
take any
yeah,
fucking responsibility there.
100%.
Well, for the 6 or 7 people that actually watch this, they're probably holding us pretty tight on a deadline here. So as long as we get it done today, we're chilling. So this week, we go off of like a specific topic because we always want to make sure we get our thoughts on these opinions, like we get like a good deep conversation about it. But this one's going to be interesting because I know absolutely nothing about it. I know what it is, and I know like one or two titles. I probably know more than that, but anime, something that I am harped at by my stream chat endlessly to be like, oh yeah, so why haven't you watched anime yet? Have you watched it yet? Oh, you don't like anime? There's no way, and it's legit just an endless conversation. They actually, long story short, they gave me homework, right? And it's funny
As they
enough
should.
because yeah, exactly. They were like, oh, you should watch these ones. I was like, okay, fuck it, give me two that I have to watch soon, and I gotta try it, and you guys gotta give me that, and then if I don't like that, it's GG's. And can you like if you were to say two that you would think that someone that like watches more like action, and like real like, obviously like not animated stuff, not cartoon stuff, whatever, like nothing like that, right? I specifically watch like action movies, adventure movies, stuff that's like sci-fi and whatever. What are like two animes you think that someone just trying to get into it would watch? I want to see what you say.
Well, a popular one that's gotten a lot of people in that weren't into anime before would have been Demon Slayer. Demon Slayer was a very popular one on Netflix.
Hmm.
It was actually a lot of money was put into that fucking show and whatnot, and it's still going on today. There's about a couple more seasons in it to go, but
Hmm.
it's um it's a lot of action. It's short. I think that people that aren't into it or are just getting into it need shorter series to try to get into because generally the shorter the series, the more the animators are packing into, which it looks better if it's smaller and shorter. There was another one that got a lot of fucking people into it, and I just can't remember what the hell it is, but yeah,
Hmm.
shorter series definitely are what people are going to be into. Just coming in, they can't usually do long series. Like for myself, I watch One Piece, which is
Hmm.
a very very long fucking series. I just actually watched the new episode last night, and they're on episode 1062.
Jesus Christ. Got a
It's
couple.
been going on for quite a bit.
So they told me specifically, and I actually the One Piece thing. I thought I heard someone mention they're on like episode like 100 and something. I was like, oh shit, this goes pretty long, but fucking 10 times that number.
Yep.
Uh, but ones that they brought up, and even like my little brother, he actually loves this one. Attack on Titans. They said that was like a good one, but I don't know. But then the other one was Shit, I think it was either Demon Slayer or something else, but like those are two that they used. So it's Demon Slayer is another one that they mentioned, but I'm not sure what the second after Attack on Titan was. But I literally couldn't even pronounce the fucking thing.
Mm.
But when I looked for it, I couldn't find it anywhere. So, anyways, Attack on Titan. See that one specifically. As far as I know what like me. I don't know. Like I know nothing about like what it is. I just know what I've seen from like a couple little trailers that have popped up, and like I wasn't listening. It just they were just playing in the background. Uh, I know a couple people who got into it because of stuff like that show,
Yeah.
just because of like I guess the action in it like apparently is pretty intense. Uh, and like I don't know, what would you say about Attack on Titan? Is it like actually like beginner friendly? Like is it like actually like something you can get into it on, or is it something that's like a little I don't know what kind of vibe you get from that show? I guess because
Uh,
I'm assuming you've watched it.
for yeah, I've watched Attack on Titan. Attack on Titan's not my biggest one. I personally think
Mhm.
it's just an overhyped show. There's a lot of nice things in it. The artistic style is pretty nice. I think that they haven't done anything really nuanced for like their in terms of their animation style. I think they're reusing too many things.
Mhm.
I think it's kind of user friendly, but I think it hits too many like stereotypes that maybe new people wouldn't get into.
Yeah,
What I'm thinking is that the other show that I was thinking of, I just remembered it's Cyberpunk Edge Runners.
yeah, I heard a lot
Um,
about that one.
because that one was a nice gateway for people who weren't into anime to get into it, just because it's a anime based off of a game,
Hmm.
which about 9 times out of 10 they flop and they don't really do so well. There's like really small cases where they end up working out, like Edge Runners, Castlevania, um, the League of Legends series. I thought personally it wasn't too bad, but that's coming from someone that's played the game before. But for new people coming in, I definitely recommend Edge Runners just because
Hmm.
it'll play off of the universe that Edge Runners is actually or sorry, Cyberpunk's made of, but it
Hmm.
doesn't actually use any of the characters within it.
Gotcha. Okay, I'm writing it down because like I want to actually remember to watch these things. And then say Demon Slayer, is that another one you say is like really good to get into on?
Yeah, I think that's a decent one for new people to come in on.
Okay, that's not too bad then. All right, so I Cyberpunk specifically, like, when you say it's off of that, like branch off the game, is it like actually supposed to go off the story that happened there, or is it just in the area is supposed to be like a similar vibe to it?
No, Edge Runners is supposed to be based off of the universe that's created for Cyberpunk. What they actually did for the Edge Runner series and for the game itself, we all know how Cyberpunk turned out, which slightly disappointing, but
Mm,
nonetheless, they Edge Runners was so popular that they actually put in like Easter egg stuff within the game that you can go in and find.
mm,
The main character has a specific jacket that he wears. Within the game, you can go through this series of events and quests and whatnot, and you can actually get that same jacket. I've also heard that you can get a minigun from the character in one of the shows, but I haven't really gone back to Cyberpunk, so I'm not too accurate on that one.
yeah, like I have the game and I played it for probably about like I don't know, like 8 hours. I paid like $80 to get it or something like that,
Yep.
and I hated it. Like, I mean, like I liked the idea of it, and it was pretty neat. It was relatively fun, but then randomly it just breaks, and it forces you to go back and try to reload it, and then hope it doesn't break the next time, and then it breaks again. You got to force it, go back, and then continue. I got stuck in like this little office space where it told me to open a door, but it said the door was locked. I went to the other door, it said the door was locked, and then I tried to get out, and it would glitch me, and it would just like freeze the game. I'm like, okay. And then whenever I came back to the game, it just kept telling me that there was no door to open. Like it said the door was unopenable. And I was like, okay, well, I looked it up and everything. And they're like, yeah, your game's fucked. I was like, okay, cool. So stuff like that just bugged me. But I mean, I actually liked the overall aesthetic of it. I liked the idea of it. I liked everything. It was like a futuristic GTA to
Yeah.
me. So like that's why I liked it. So I think, if I'm gonna like anything, that sounds like a pretty decent one to me. But
Yeah.
so for that kind of stuff, like what would be the overall like length of that show? Like is it relatively short or is it a long one?
Oh yeah. It's very, very short. If I remember right, it's somewhere in the realm of 12 episodes, I believe.
Oh, that's fucking perfect for me because I don't want to have to like sit through something for like what the other one was. It was like 90 something episodes of Attack
Mhm.
on Titan, they said.
Oh yeah.
And another funny thing is that they were like, "Oh, you should watch Attack on Titan. It's on Netflix." And I was like, "Okay, cool." And I was like, "Oh, there's 20 something episodes. Not too bad." They're like, "No, that's only like a quarter of it." And I was like, "Okay, cool. Well, I'll watch it soon." And like, "Oh yeah, by the way, it's being deleted on Netflix as of June." I'm like, "Never mind." I was like, "Never mind then." I'm like, "I'll just wait, I guess." But at least I have my answer there. So I don't. Wait, where can I watch Cyberpunk?
Cyberpunk is a Netflix series.
Oh, okay, W. That makes it way easier to find then. Fuck it.
Yeah, that was probably one of the saving graces for Netflix during that time because I believe that's when they started tearing away the whole sharing your account thing. So
Oh
they
my
were
god.
that was going downhill really quickly. So I think that was a bit of a saving grace for them.
Yeah, that was a terrible idea. I
Yeah.
hate that they actually did that. Like when they heard the backlash of it and they really knew it was a terrible thing to do. And as much as they were like losing money the one way, this is losing them even more. Because people are saying, you know what, Netflix has like three good shows that come out like every 2 years, two good
Yeah.
movies that come out every year or so. Whereas like Prime and even obviously we don't have HBO Max here, but like even that, fucking Peacock has better stuff, dude. Like it's
Mhm.
really not that incredible. Like for what they're asking you for, it's not enough.
Yeah.
It definitely isn't enough because it's like $25 a month or something, like $21 a month or something like that for the chance to use like a 4K or something like that. Get 4K anyways. Whereas if you pay
Yeah.
less, you're only getting 1080p.
Yeah.
So that's just
See,
trash.
for me, I got rid of Disney Plus recently and got Crunchyroll itself.
Hmm.
Which I got it because it'll play directly off of my any of my devices and whatnot. And I don't really use Disney all that often anymore. There's like it's the same thing with Netflix. I only use it for a couple of different things. But
Hmm.
ironically, I fucking when I went to switch my phone and whatnot, they called me and let me know. They're like, "Hey, just letting you know, since you're on this plan now, you could get 6 months free of Disney Plus." So I'm like, "Ah, well, I just got fucking rid of it because I don't have anything to watch on it, so I don't know if I'll use that or not."
See, I have it and I like it because uh like Stephanie and her mom both love those like older like movies, the grown up Disney movies and whatnot.
Mm, yeah,
So they pay for it because they both want it. And I was like, I'm not gonna watch a whole lot on there. But then Marvel, everything on there is been uploaded to it. So I was like, okay, perfect. This is good for me. So I watched the entire series, like every single thing from the collection of Marvel and the Marvel Universe, whatever.
yep,
Every single thing from like the beginning and like the Captain America First Avenger, all the way through all the shows, all the episodes, all the shorts for the I Am Groot thing, all the new stuff to like the Christmas episode or the Christmas special on the Guardians of the Galaxy, and then just recently just like a couple days ago with Nick. He came over to have a couple drinks and stay the night and just like go out for a little night on the bar or whatever. But it was like 3:30. We watched
yeah.
Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, incredible movie. And then we watched the new Quantumania, which sucked when we got back because it was on I think it was on Disney Plus. So we just watched that when we got back, but that was terrible. It was an awful movie, which is on Disney Plus. So like more Marvel stuff. So that's the only reason I watch it because I don't have to pay for it because Stephanie and her mom want it and they already pay for it. So I get to
Yeah.
just watch it for free. But I do have Prime, Netflix. We have Crave. We're stealing that from Steph's friend, and then Disney Plus. We have pretty well everything. But Crunchyroll, is that like the place for anime? Is that what that is?
So there's Crunchyroll and then there's Funimation, but ironically, they're both actually the same thing now. From what I got told, Crunchyroll actually bought out Funimation.
Mm,
They were two competing industries before, but I guess now they're one and the same, but they're still two different apps, which is really weird. But
that's weird as fuck.
Crunchyroll is like a big thing. It takes a lot of the more hyped shows and whatnot. Like Have you ever heard of the term Big Three before?
Uh, Probably. You're gonna have to remind me though, because I can't fucking remember.
Okay, so the Big Three is supposed to be back in, I believe, I think it's based off of 2000s numbers. Back in 2000, they were the most popular westernized anime, and there were three of them. Naruto was one of them, which is probably the most well-known fucking anime to exist on this planet.
Only one I've watched.
Um, the other two was One Piece as one of them, which is still continuing now. And the third one is called Bleach, which, in fact, Disney was smart enough to steal that. They stole the streaming rights for that for the final arc that everyone's been waiting for. And everyone's been waiting for this arc for 10 years. The anime's been off for 10 years,
Hmm.
and then it started back up. And Disney seized the opportunity that when it started back up, they took the streaming rights for it. And smart on them because it was a really good fucking job.
Yeah, they're like,
but
oh, fucking money.
but yeah, the big three were the most westernized ones to succeed on this side of the fucking border.
Hmm.
And once they got labeled as that, there was a lot of more companies trying to get out there and try to push more Japanese anime through into the Western area.
Yeah.
And obviously, it turned out pretty fucking good because it's pretty prominent nowadays.
Hmm. Dude, I say anime has to be like the number one watch thing out there. But like it's 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 a weird thing for like someone like myself that doesn't watch it, and I'm on the internet where every single person watches whatever's most popular, right?
Yeah,
And that's and like it's not even like that everyone does it. It's the people that do speak out about it. It's because they want to share their opinion, and their opinion always in no hate to the people because like this is just what I'm seeing it as. It's what I usually see it as. They don't want to say the wrong thing. They don't want to say the unpopular opinion. So if anime is popular, they're gonna say, "Oh yeah, I love that. It's great. Oh my god!" And then they just go to like let's say the big three. They just say like, "Oh, that's my favorite one," because like, "Oh yeah, it's great." They
yeah.
might not have watched it, but they're gonna say they like it because they don't want to be wrong on the opinion. So when I'm sitting there watching the chat go off about anime and they're like, "Oh yeah, so what's your favorite?" I'm like, "I actually don't watch it." They're like, "Oh, I didn't watch a whole lot." I was like, "No, I haven't watched anything other than," and I joke around and say like, "Oh, SpongeBob is my favorite anime," just because I'm like I like cartoons when I was younger, so like I like to piss them off, and nothing sets them off faster than that, other than me saying anime sucks ass, and it's not that I believe that, it's the fact that it'll piss them off. So they'll go off on me. And that's when I said, you know what, fuck it. I piss you guys off enough. Give me something to watch and I'll try. And that's the whole reason that, like, that you mentioning anime and like Anime North or whatever and talking about it, like this podcast and all that, like, kind of knew it kind of all like converged because it was this past week I mentioned after the podcast or whatever on stream. I was like, oh, yeah, so Squally's going over to this Anime North. And I thought it was this week. So I said he was going this week or whatever. So, like, any of you guys go to that kind of stuff? And then they started popping off about it again. So, it all kind of like worked together. But now that I don't like, well, now that I say I don't watch anime in front of people, holy shit, I get absolutely like eaten alive out there. Like if I'm streaming and I say my opinion, and I specifically state every single time, like this is my opinion on it, it's not the facts. I'm like, this is just what I think myself. Anime's not for me, and they'll blow up on me. It's fucking awful. So I can't voice my opinion about anime without someone coming at me with a fucking sword and trying to beat the shit out of me. So it's a little
See,
bit sad. So you're gonna help me with trying to get on that fucking train.
See, it's funny because so Voxy doesn't watch anime, but he likes the byproducts that anime has gotten into the Western.
I need some examples. Wait, before you,
You're
because I what's funny. I like a lot of stuff that features things that are like based around that kind of like Valorant and Apex and other things, or some movies that come out of it that are live action versions of those, or the games that are popular because of those things. So yeah,
yeah.
that's it's weird. Yeah,
See, a good example is the Cup series that you like.
the Cup series.
Yep,
The fuck is that?
the waifu cups.
Oh
That is an
fuck yeah, I
excellent
do. Titties, bro.
example.
It's okay. So that's different. All right, titties, bro. You can't go wrong with a good looking, and I hate saying the word. It's fucking waifus. You know what I'm saying? It's just good looking women that are drawn up, like just
Yep.
big old titties, big old ass. or sometimes not even like large. Just the fact that they're like slim waisted, like
Yep.
well built images. Uh, it's art, is what it is. And you know what's actually, I think you already know about this because I'm pretty sure. Well, you should know about this. What Dose actually, the fucking waifu loving individual himself, the guy who floods the NSFW chat in our Discord. Check it out in the description below. The man who straight up has an unlimited quantity of NSFW related content, usually anime women, sent over this little figurine. And I'm pretty sure we mentioned it last podcast, but
Yep.
I still don't know when that thing's coming. But I'm like genuinely excited to see how large it is, so I can see if I can put it up here. But I'm also gonna have to like 3M it down because it will fall off if the wind starts pushing it from the fucking window. But it just starts this collection of shit that I can't explain. I'll just be like, oh yeah, some guy sent it to me. They're like, sure, buddy. Like, sure. Every single time I look over at the fucking thing, it seems to have moved a couple inches. I'm like, that's not me. Fucking A. But yeah, so like I do like the byproducts or like the things that stem from it or whatever from that. I just can't watch the content as it stands right now and things that I've seen as far as I've seen in the past. I can't watch it and be like, yeah, that's super exciting and I love the sounds. I love the animations that happen in it. I love the VFX or whatever. I really don't. Like I like stuff that has like a cartoony vibe sometimes, rarely, and that's about the extent of it. So like I played dude, I did an ad for Genshin Impact. And the entire time I was playing it, I was like, I'm just thinking this is basically just Zelda, but like weeby. So I was like, I'm gonna roll with it. But when they saw me playing that, they're like, oh, I thought you didn't like anime. I was like, I'm getting paid. I was like, this is different. So I'm a little fucked there. So all right, bring me on to the next topic here. Give me some news about Anime North here. I wanna know more about that.
Okay, so the biggest thing I go there for probably is the cosplaying is one of the big reasons
Mm-hmm.
that we end up going. Yep. The the characters that some people actually do up for costumes is fucking insane.
Oh yeah.
Like there's a actually I should have this saved somewhere. There's a cosplay of two League of Legends characters, one Garen, one Darius. These are supposed to be characters that are like big, bulky, wear armor and shit like that and whatnot. And two people cosplayed as their most popular skin in the game and whatnot. And the outcome was fan fucking tastic. They looked incredible. Like these guys are wearing like these suits. They're all obviously meshed up and whatnot, but
Hmm.
the guy's like you can see that his shoulders about like this small and whatnot. The mesh puts it out so it's this fucking big. Like the design work in these are fucking incredible. I've even seen people wear like you ever see the movies where they have like the Chinese dragon and whatnot in festivals and shit like
Yep.
that, big long motherfucker. Well, people have done similar shit like that, where it's kind of the same thing, but in like height wise, just this big, tall, overbearing fucking suit and whatnot. Like a lot of these are fucking incredibly well done.
Hmm.
There's also like characters who are like really basic, basic size and whatnot, but the what's the word for it? The makeup done for some of these people just look fantastic. Like it's about the creativity people are putting in to get shit like this done.
Hmm.
It's fucking incredible. Another reason I go are for the swords. I
Hmm.
have swords on my
You
walls.
gotta get a couple of them.
Yep. I still have a couple that I need to put back up and whatnot, but that requires me to buy another fucking mount. Which I'm gonna have to do anyways because obviously plan on buying some more on the weekend.
Hmm.
Let's see. I have a wall that Voxy already knows about that's building
Hmm.
up some nice posters in the back.
Oh yeah, some good NSFW there. And
I'm up.
wait,
Yep.
so you have how many fucking swords do you have right now? And I know you mentioned you were looking for like a specific one or two swords at least at this thing, right? I'm pretty sure you mentioned that. I'm not exactly
Yeah.
sure which ones, but how many do you have right now? Like four?
I would say somewhere in the realm of 6 to 7.
Oh shit, a couple more.
Yeah.
So these things, how much do you think you each? Well, let's just say this rough estimate. How much are they worth?
Rough estimate. Okay. So I've spent quite a bit, easily. The last time I went down, I believe I spent somewhere in the realm of 1,500 to 2 grand while I was down there on things. I'm gonna assume that the all the swords together is somewhere puts in the 7. Nah, I'm gonna have to say like 900, maybe up somewhere in that realm.
That's not too bad. I mean, like for the
Yeah,
look of it, because like I've been there. I've seen the things before. I don't know if I've seen all of them. I'm pretty sure I have though. They're fucking good quality. They look nice. They feel nice. Like they're fucking beautiful art pieces. And like the fact that like idea of me wanting to put like that fucking fake gun up on the wall. I mean, like if you have interest in something and you definitely do like the idea of having some form of like art in your wall eventually, it's like the perfect thing. Like
yeah,
have something like that because like first off you could take it down, you could look at it like it's an actual I don't know, obviously it's not like a practical everyday use type of item or anything like that. It looks nice and you can actually take it down and there's more layers to it rather than just some picture that's hanging on the wall, kind of like let's
yeah.
say this behind me and your art. And
Mm.
it's just nice to have something that you can take down and like tell a story about it or something too, which is pretty sick. So every
Yeah,
time you get a new sword, you can be like, oh yeah, so I got it here this time. It's from this person. It costs me this much, but like there's some for like details in it and like different artwork that you can see like even on the let's say on the sheath or like maybe on the actual like handle itself. But they look nice. I don't know if you should
yeah.
put some fucking pictures of them inside the Discord in case anyone wants to see what they look like.
Yeah, well, when I'm down there as well, I'll probably be tweeting quite a bit nowadays for that.
Fuck yeah.
There'll definitely be a lot of posting going on while I'm down there.
Hmm.
Also with the swords themselves, I don't buy like manufactured ones. I buy ones that are like handmade,
Yep. Only
and
way to
these
do it.
are the thing that sucks is that it won't be the same as when you buy one from like an actual a Japanese um a Japanese forger,
Hmm.
which they do it incredibly well. These guys, because Japanese swords are the metal's folded over 1,000 times. Like it's really well done. But these are these are fucking white lads doing it, right? So they're not gonna be able to get it 100% done, but the quality is still pretty nice.
One thing that I saw, and I don't know like a whole lot about forging swords or whatever, but I did for a while have like this really, deep like urge to buy a sword that I saw. I don't know what kind of sword it was, but it looked fucking wicked. It was like this I don't know, it reminded me of the sword I saw or even like the dagger from Prince of Persia, the Sands of Time, like that. If you
Uh,
remember that, it reminded me of that. It had like the whole look to it and everything, but it was Damascus, and that was like the reason why I was like, oh shit, I kind of
mhm.
want that. But I saw that they were selling like a certain amount of them, and they were like $900 before shipping in US. And
Yeah.
like I was like, there's no fucking chance because like by the time I went to do it, there is no way because even like shipping that, I don't want to know how expensive that was, but it was so nice. But like that is something that like once you have more money and you want to buy stuff that you can have like that's like a collectible item
Yeah.
or something you can tell a story about or just something that really speaks your personality or whatever. Like you can walk into the room, walk into the office, and people can be like, okay, well he really likes caffeine, he likes GG. He likes Deadpool, whatever he likes, figurines, but he also likes, alcohol. There's a couple different ones up there. So it's like things like that I want to have more, and that's like a perfect way to do it because I want to make sure that if I'm in this room all the time, and I think you mentioned this like last time we talked, either on or off the podcast, it's like you can walk in and like understand what the person's like. You get like your own, you can kind of create a vibe for your office, and like when you walk in, first thing you see is the stuff that you've collected over time, and I want to slowly build that. And I think I
Yeah.
might get a sword at some point because I've always liked weapons and swords, knives, daggers, stuff like that too. But you actually went out and started buying them, and I don't go anywhere for like conventions or whatever. I don't go fucking nowhere. I know that there's like a couple places that I could go, but I'm like I'm not into it enough. But I legitimately like think that at some point soon I need to just go and fucking just go to some of these places, even if I'm not into it. Like
Yeah.
specifically, not like maybe not like Anime North or whatnot, but I want to start going places just to kind of see what the culture's like, and then get some cool collectible items and shit. Because if there's one thing I like doing, it's spending money.
Yep.
100%. I love putting money into things that I can keep, reuse, and resell in the future if I ever decided to. But I like to keep it in like pristine condition for
Yeah.
that reason. As this guy has a broken arm and neck, so
See,
goddamn.
one of the things that I did buy while I was down there last year were a set of D&D dice, and these dice are actually gemstones. They're cut from amethysts
Oh,
and
that's pretty
whatnot.
sick.
They're actually pretty
Like a deep
beautifully
purple.
designed. Yep.
See, when you said amethyst, my fucking goddamn it, Dose and all of them are gonna know. Like Dose, Jimmy, it pretty well. I mean, everyone who's in the Discord right now is from there, so you guys will understand. They said amethyst, and I'm thinking inside of the game that I play, Skyblock.
Yeah.
There's gemstone mining and whatnot that you use to get like certain things. So amethyst, I'm pretty sure gives you like defense on certain items if you put them on there. But when you break them, there's these stupid little assholes called fists that come out of them, and you got to kill them. And because like otherwise they just beat the shit out of you while you're doing it. It's a pain in the ass. So that's got me annoyed for a minute there because I fucking hate mining in that game. And anyways, you can continue. I'm gonna let you keep going because you were going somewhere with that.
Hates mining in his mining game.
It's more than mining. Okay, I have to farm too. All right, it's all just holding buttons down while I talk to my chat.
Oh, jeez. Yeah, another thing that I got while I was down there last year, purposely to spite my old lady, was a nice body pillow
Oh
with some
fucking
images
Christ!
on it. Yeah,
Oh
I
shit!
waited until, because when I get back, we get back on a Sunday. Sunday is D&D night, so I
She's
don't
not. Wait,
actually
wait, wait.
get.
She's not going to be home. There's going to be a slit cut out in the middle, and there's going to be a certain flashlight looking device in between it. That's what's going to happen. All right, continue.
Yeah, so when we come back, it's Sunday. Sunday's D&D night, so we're there until
Mhm.
fucking past 11.
Yeah.
So what I did was I came home before then while she was at work, threw everything in the apartment, stuffed this fucking pillow into into this fucking body pillow and whatnot. I had it placed up on the bed. And I get a message later on while I'm at D&D. She's like, "What the fuck is that?" I'm like, "Well, it's there now."
It's like it's our new roommate. Say hello.
Yeah.
What's
Yeah.
her name? That's a question. What's her name?
The funny part is that I bought this not knowing what series she's from. I
So
still haven't bothered to look.
fuck it on it. Leave it a mystery. Call it
Yep.
you call it the mystery body pillow. Or you just call it a mistress, if anything, because you can use it for either or. But you know what's funny? Right here, Chad has been mentioning that they want to send a body pillow, an anime body pillow, to stand up in the corner there. And I said, if you guys go ahead and do it, I'll put it there. But then I got to figure out that that fucking 3D printed gun. I'll have to put it on this side or something like right here.
Yep.
But goddamn, I'm thinking like on the conversation of just like decorating this room. I'm thinking about, instead of having like this thing here like blocking the window, like the curtain there, I'm thinking
Yep.
about actually trying to attach like obviously like a white sheet onto the window so like it reflects the sun. I want to have that, and then I also want to put like foam panels on it, so it just makes it look like a little more crisp, and then the light doesn't bleed
Mm.
through like like it does because it just flails. So I'm thinking
Yeah.
about doing that, and then I can actually put stuff up in front of it or off of it, and that'd be kind of sick. So that's something I was thinking of. I just like kind of randomly had that idea when we started the podcast. And I saw like right here and over on the side or whatever, like it just bleeds light in it. It looks so weird. It like makes the
Mm.
whole thing look like it's fucking crooked or like I'm trying to hide from something, or it's so sketchy because like no matter how I hang it, the stupid fucking thing does not go straight down. It won't. I don't know why. Like it just keeps on curling in. It's being a real piece of shit, bro. But anyways, yeah. So, the fucking body pillow thing. Where'd you get it from, and how much was it?
It was from Anime North. I
Mhm.
believe the case itself was somewhere in the realm of 30 or $40.
Okay, gotcha. I didn't know if you were paid some fucking incredibly high number for this thing, but I want to let chat at some point Like, okay, so here's the thing. So there's like a stipulation. If they want to get weird shit for the stream, they gotta buy it, because I'm not gonna buy this shit myself unless we do a goal for it in the future. Because there's no way in hell I'm gonna be like, oh yeah, no, after stream today I'm gonna buy myself some fucking anime body pillars or something like that. They can basically, like, similar to a PO box, send shit. And I think I already told you about it, but I'll just explain it like a little bit in detail.
Yeah.
This throne thing, people can literally just go on there and they can suggest something. I can accept it, or maybe it's already on the list. They can choose to look at it. They can purchase it and send it to me, so I don't have to give my fucking city or location, postal code, nothing. I don't get nothing away. Uh, and they can't track where it's going. They just know it's going to me. Uh, so that's how those actually sent that fucking little piece of art. And I think the same thing's gonna happen for a couple weird looking additions to the background as we go here. It's gonna start looking like fucking XQC's stream background, if you know what that looks like.
No.
Over time, it's just it's I don't know what the fuck. It's a fucking mess. Like, there are like the anime fucking body pillows, some weird ass poster that's really weird looking, some statue of some other streamer that's banned on Twitch, and then some like random swords and like this. At this point, I'm surprised there's not like some Moby Huge standing up in the background or something like that, but just random shit. Like, I'm pretty sure he just allowed his chat to buy anything they wanted, X amount of money on his credit card for X amount of time, and then they just got to like put it up, just whatever they wanted. So that's a fucking dream for me, but I'm also scared to see what kind of stuff they come up with. So it is what it is.
So don't worry, guys. While I'm down there, I'm gonna get something for Voxy.
You're gonna get something for me?
Oh yeah.
Fucking early birthday present? I think that's a
Oh
win.
yeah.
Oh shit.
We'll
Oh
get
fuck
you
yeah.
like
So
a maybe
okay,
a
wait,
poster.
give me a poster.
Oh
Oh
yeah.
fuck, I think you mentioned something about this. I'm gonna have to choose specifically that corner that's not anywhere in fucking frame. I know exactly what he's talking about. Which actually, there's another thing over here. I'll quickly, like, I got this guy over here, the Game of Thrones poster. This guy,
Yeah.
I like it. And Stephanie got me this little thing where you just clip those onto the top and the bottom, and it just holds it. So it's kind of
Yeah.
like a, I don't know. It looks a lot nicer, but the problem is it fucking, oh, just put it over too far. There, it just kind of like curls in on the sides because it's not being held. I got to get a frame for it and put that back there somewhere too. But yeah, so it wants to get a poster. And if the first person to guess what kind of poster that this thing might be, if this thing will focus on me, who knows? The first person to guess, type it in the Discord after this episode airs in the chat. Maybe possibly we'll let you guys pick the topic for next time. But dude, this fucking thing, bro. Piece of shit, bro. See, I fucking never buy Razer products, dude.
I've
Fucking
never had
Christ.
problems with Razer products.
Bro, fuck Razer, dude. Look at this. It's just disregarding my fucking existence. This is ridiculous. Okay, one second. You talk for a second. I'm gonna do
Well,
this.
I'm thinking that I'm gonna end up getting this poster for Voxy, and his old lady's gonna be spending the most time in that fucking office, just sitting in the corner. He's gotta find her, just sitting there, like, "What you doing?" Staring off into the corner, just like nothing.
It's like, oh, so what's going on here, man? It's like, oh, it's absolutely nothing weird. God damn it. Okay, I gotta try to fucking get this thing to focus. Let me see if I put something else in front of it. Come on, bro. Come on. No, it ain't focusing on nothing. It's just broken.
Shit,
Yeah,
busting.
it's actually busted. I don't know what the fuck is going on. Okay, let me pause this podcast for about 5 minutes. All right, we're back. All right, anyway, so what were you saying? Something about Stephanie being in the room and like questioning me?
Oh no, you'll be fucking out of the room, and she'll be just sitting there all fucking day, and you'll be walking in, and she's just staring at the fucking corner, just like, I think we need more of these. And you're just gonna come home, and it's just gonna span the whole fucking wall.
Well, the funny thing is she actually likes the fucking waifu stuff just as much as I do. She can appreciate the things just the same, which is fucking wicked for me because normally it's like a it's like hope they don't see it kind of vibes, but like no, she genuinely does think that it's like, it's just as fucking interesting as me. I'm probably not actually. I contain my excitement. But in general, she doesn't mind it. So like the waifu cups, she instantly wants to get more. Now she has like your shirt, like the fucking you have the shirt there. She has, I'm pretty sure, the exact same one, if not something very similar from that. What's that store called that we have? There's a lot of them.
Oh,
Spencer's.
yeah.
Yeah, there. Yeah, they have a whole bunch of those locations, but like we went there and she got that and we were thinking about getting one for Russ.
Oh, that'd be funny. That'd be
That'd be
great.
fucking hilarious. My mom's
You
boyfriend
should.
is he's like used to be a bodybuilder. Just like real he's like real into the horror stuff, real into like, action whatever, but that's like the last thing that he's into is shit like that and that'd be fucking hilarious. My
Mm.
god.
Which ironically, he's into Japanese culture, just not that side of it.
Oh, hell yeah, he is. He's got like the
Yeah.
tattoos and stuff like that too, which I feel like I could get, but then I'm like I don't do anything. So I'd be like, oh, I just like the tattoo. And like, what do you know in it? Nothing. Like, nothing at all. I'm
I
just going to look like the Pinterest people,
I have my own Japanese themed tattoo as well.
Wait, which, oh, yeah, you're fucking the chest one you have, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, I didn't know if you had any extra. Do you have like any fucking Chinese lettering or something like that going on in your arms? I feel like that's one
Nope.
thing that everybody does. And then the second you ask them, do you know any Chinese or Japanese or whatever? They're like, nope, not a
Yep,
damn thing.
nothing.
Yep. See, like
And
that's
9 times out of 10, whatever you actually have on you does not fucking say what you think
hmm
it does.
yeah. I've heard of like some people getting shirts where it's like something that's like either not okay, makes it zero sense, is not what they thought it said, or it's racist. And it's just someone like buying some t-shirt that has some Japanese lettering on it and it's not at all what they thought it said.
Yeah.
Fucking hilarious. Usually saying something like some of them that I saw that like blew up. I think it was on Twitter. I saw some posts about it. Someone was wearing one saying something about foreigners are stupid or some shit, but they said it in a different way, and they were walking around with it thinking it said some form of live, laugh, love or some shit. They thought it was something else, but they basically poking fun at the person wearing it because they were willing to go and buy it at this certain shop and walk around so that everyone else is walking around just laughing at them. That's fucking funny. See, I'll always have like anxiety. If I ever do go to Japan, I'm fucking scared of everything. I don't know. I'm gonna be walking around with my fucking phone out trying to translate everything on it. They'll be like, okay, what does this say, just in case? Fucking A.
So something I actually heard recently, and I've seen a couple videos on, is that they've actually they're in production or have already got a prototype of kind of like what AirPods are, but they're linked to an app on your phone that actually will use the microphone to hear outside of you, and it's like a translator in your ear and
Mm-hmm.
whatnot. And it'll hear what they say and it'll translate through your phone, and then it'll come out into the speakers and tell you what it actually says.
That'd be absolutely wicked. The only problem is
Yeah,
like when it gets muffled and it starts saying some nonsense. But like
yeah.
that would still be better than having to like, oh, can you say something? And then you have to hold your phone up to them and it'd be the exact same thing, just automated. So that'd be fucking wicked
From
actually, because I really, really want to and be like, I don't know, the Japanese culture and everything, like it's a beautiful place. There's a lot of like really cool things about it that I want to see and experience. And I don't really know shit about it. I just know that the one place I really want to visit is Japan. That's the kind of thing that I would definitely put money into, like, having for that experience. Because if I can't make some form of small talk, I'm gonna be completely fucking honest. That shit's gonna freak me out.
yeah.
I don't want to be standing there having to like, be that asshole you see in a movie that's like using his hands, like, where can I find? And then fucking be like, it's like, donde está la leche? But like, it's like, what is that in Japanese? It's like, where can I find the milk, bro? Like, what's going on? So I have to
See,
like be careful there. But see, with something like that specifically, that saves a lot of fucking, possible problems. That kind of fixes
yeah.
things before they happen.
See, tourism is like super popular in Japan. So,
hmm
English isn't too foreign nowadays, and over there,
hmm
there's also a big popularity of using translating devices and whatnot, which a lot of people over there don't. It's not a big thing to them if you have to like stop and put something in just to get your point through and whatnot. There's also a big cultural difference. Like eating and walking's not a thing, like not a thing at all,
hmm
because the understanding is that they like to keep their economy clean and
hmm
whatnot. So if you're eating while you're walking, you don't know where that garbage is going to end up, right?
hmm
Because it's not a whole lot of different garbage cans and shit like that on the street, because the idea is that you go somewhere to eat, you're like in a facility of some kind while you're eating there,
Everything's
just so
contained.
that yeah. So it's different like here where people grab food, fuck off somewhere, and then 9 times out of 10 leave their garbage wherever the fuck they are and
Mm.
whatnot, and that's why our fucking green isn't so green.
Oh yeah, no, like yeah, I looked out off the balcony just
Yeah.
just today because it's been raining pretty heavily.
Oh yeah.
Uh, the fucking pool is full of trash, and I shit you not, there is a goddamn fucking mat for a car that landed
Mhm.
in there earlier today or something because it wasn't there yesterday, but it's there now, and a fucking plate. Like I don't know how people manage to do this shit, but I'm pretty damn certain it's because we live close to a school and those little fucking rats are just chucking their fucking trash in there
Probably.
because they run through there all the time screaming. The most annoying shit ever. I'm never having kids. I'm gonna say that about a million times. Fuck that. Little rat bastards, bro. I can't stand them. You guys are gonna hear that. If any conversation happens on this podcast and I don't say something annoyingly like just hatred, like I say like hateful towards the idea of having children, then you'd be surprised. Uh, but like okay, back to the Japan thing and like translating and whatever. I feel like one thing, I don't. It's not like necessary everywhere. It's not really the most important thing. But I feel like one thing that I need to do for myself and to like be able to be okay with going there is I have to learn at least a little bit so I can make small talk and give the respect of like actually making an attempt to
Mm.
speak their language and give them that like hey, I'm here because I want to be here and I want to learn about it and I think it's really interesting rather than oh shit, cool looking places I saw on Instagram, gotta come over here and fucking get up in your business for a quick second. You wait while I translate this shit because I want you to tell me where to go. Like, no, I want to have like that respect level, and I feel like you'd probably be the same kind of person for that, where like you want
Oh
to
yeah.
at least have that. Like, guys, I did put effort into learning this, so I can help not waste your time. Like I feel like that's the kind of thing I'd like to do. So
Yeah.
one day, if I ever go, I'm dragging you with me because goddamn, I want to go there so goddamn bad. I know Stephanie
Yeah.
said she would be okay with going up there, but I feel like if I was to go up there and I didn't bring you, I'd probably get probably pretty fucked up because I feel like you'd know more about you're probably the first person to tell me where to go and get some good weeby stuff because I'm looking for some fucking waifu cups from there, dude. I want the authentic shit. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, okay. So there's actually, I believe it's Akihabara that has it. I could be
Mm.
wrong. But there's a place there that has I believe it's a 6 story. Yeah, it's a 6 story building, and
Mm.
it has legitimately everything in it.
So
Um,
everything being
Everything being that I believe the first section of the building is like a grocery store type. The second section of the building is like what you would assume is like a jewelry store, like a lot of jewelry and shit like that's up there.
mm,
The third section is like a full on NSFW place. From objects of use to nice imagery and shit like that, like all of that's in there. The next level after I believe is like a liquor place or
W.
whatnot. So this building practically fucking has everything in it that you legitimately would go anywhere for.
So it's probably
And it's
really popular for fucking
yeah,
tourists for sure, 100%. Because
yeah,
that's the first thing I'd probably look for. Because that sounds like a fucking win for me. Because I mean, like you get to start off by going and looking at some cool, like actual, art and things that you can use on a day to day. But then you can also go and also look for the stuff if you're trying to get a little freaky and some art for at
yeah,
home. And then once you get once you feel real depressed about yourself, you go and you buy your alcohol. And then
yeah,
with that, then you go and shamefully leave. But you get everything you need in one go, one single swoop. So that sounds
yeah,
fucking wicked. But that's smart because I mean I feel like I don't know Japan just has their shit together. You know what I mean? Like you
yeah.
go here and
Well,
you're like you get a fucking IHOP and a fucking bar side by side, but then you also have like a gun store. If you're going to like the US, that's like the combination you find. But over there,
yeah.
they have everything and it works better. Makes
Well,
more sense.
their economy is a lot closer. It's more knitted together in their cities and whatnot. Like the they're more close with their buildings and their setup in major cities than Toronto will ever be. And
Mhm.
Toronto's already pretty tight knit with a lot of their buildings and shit like that. There's not a lot of open space unless you're in certain sections of Toronto. But for
Yeah.
them, there's not a whole lot of big space anyways. Like if there's a space opened out for like a park and whatnot, it's fucking big. Like it's a
Hmm.
big space because that's what it's meant to be. But everywhere else, the buildings are pretty much tight knit together. Alleyways are actually like alleyways. They're tight knit, and they only go from one side to the other. Don't really span out too many other places. But yeah, just their overall economy is a lot more structured than a lot of other places where they just like, oh, we'll throw a building here, we'll throw a
Hmm.
building there. No, these guys fucking very specific on where they go
Yeah, so
and
they
whatnot.
they think ahead on like where they're putting what, and they like to be organized, and like the construction, like they don't do things that don't make sense. So
Yeah,
they're like
and
more calculated decisions rather than oh, let's put a fucking sushi restaurant right beside this McDonald's, but then a fucking dentist. Like it's just
yeah,
super fucking random.
they've also recently they made this I can't remember. It's a type of mold, right? And this mold, they ended up doing like this. It almost looks like a science fair project, as stupid as it sounds, where they build out this mold, and they put it into this little fucking layout that they have. And the layout is, I believe they made it as the Japanese train system. And what they had done is that as this mold grows, it expands across their setup and whatnot, and
Mhm.
then it will, on its own, figure out the best route to be going. So it'll expand out, but then the mold will like condense into main lines, and it'll take the closest lines and the most structured way to get to those things. So they use that as a reference if they feel like rerouting the train system and redoing the train system. They used mold to figure that out, which is fucking insane.
That's so fucking wonky.
Yeah,
Dude, it is way fucking different here. I mean, that's one thing specifically. Even like the I don't know. I feel like I mean, specific mold isn't really in this case, but like I feel like what they do there, everything is so much smarter. It's just more like they're more ahead with the things they're
yeah,
doing, and like kind of like somewhat more classy in some ways, but also more like futuristic in others. Like what we have where we live, smaller city in Ontario, Canada, is like super fucking basic. There's nothing exciting that goes on here. There's nothing that really screams like, we're trying to get ahead in anything. Everything that's here has been here for forever, and then maybe there's some new
yeah.
stores, but that's about it. But everything looks like shit. But you go to a place like that, bro, I'm gonna feel like I'm in Cyberpunk for fuck's sake. It's like the pictures I see from that is just it's insane. And like the buildings there, like the art, just the general structure of the buildings and like the I don't know, the classiness of like, what they use for like I don't know, the construction there just it looks nicer, it fits nicer, they make better use of their space. And
Yeah.
that's why like I really want to go there and just see it. I just want to see it. It's like a whole different fucking world. But that's also at the same time, like going over there would also be I don't know if it's like a very expensive trip, but I feel like it definitely should be. Like
So for me, a lot of because we all know Google listens.
mhm,
They have made a lot of suggestions on, or not suggestions. They've came up with a lot of posts on my TikTok, uh, having to do with Japan and stuff like that. So it's shown a lot of mannerisms. A lot of mannerisms are a lot different. Like for example, when you're eating out and whatnot, and you're using chopsticks and whatnot, you're not supposed to put them like vertically sitting in your bowl because it's kind of like it looks a lot like what they would do at a funeral or visiting a gravesite for incense and whatnot because they look a lot similar. So it's not really a thing that you should do while you're
mhm.
out eating is to put your sticks down like that. But another thing I've seen a lot is people saying that trips to Japan actually aren't that expensive as people think, especially depending on where you go. and whatnot.
Mhm.
Like, I've even seen people reviewing. There's a certain thing that Japan's doing out more like away from the cities, more into like the urban areas. They have a setup where there's a lot of abandoned houses, and no other reason than them moving to cities and shit like that for them to be abandoned. They're all functioning houses, and there's actually a system in place, I believe, that they give you a drastically low rent on these houses and
Mhm.
whatnot, because what they want to populate their outer areas away from the cities and whatnot. And a lot of people have taken up stuff like that, but again, it's not really for everyone and whatnot. But it doesn't seem like it'd be too expensive to go out there.
Well, I just looked it up on the side because I was like a little bit intrigued by like like the idea of it, but I'm pretty sure this is in U.S. dollars or whatever. But like the actual average trip for a solo traveler, the average cost for one person to visit Japan for a week is about 1,380 to 2,771, and that's like with food, travel, sightseeing, flights, lodging, everything. So like the rentals and like the food, everything you're doing would be
Yeah,
anywhere from like $1,300 to 2,700, and I think 2,700 would be like the maximum. Like that's like the high end stuff. You're really
yeah,
going out to spend quite a good amount of money on your flights, because flights out there, I think I've seen it before. They're really not that expensive.
no,
Like they're really not that bad. But like even flights from one side of Canada to the next, like if I wanted to go to Edmonton, they're like you're paying maybe $120,
yeah,
and that's just really all it is. It's not a whole lot more, but they're also going off of like a $1,400 flight total from like going there and back on the
yeah,
high end to 2,700. But like let's say a couple's trip, it says anywhere from 2,300 to 4,900, which I mean, if you're going on a trip, you're going, trying to, usually it's because you want to go out like on, either you want to go to spend some good money to go somewhere really nice to be in a really relaxed place, or you go to somewhere like Japan where you want to go there just to feel like you want to live their culture. You want to live like, you want to see what it's like to be there anyways. You want to see how
yeah,
it is, how the vibe is. You want to understand, a little bit more about it. You want to get kind of like into it. You don't want to go to the expensive places, usually I don't think. That's at least how I see it. So like I feel like it probably only costs like about 2 grand, because this is also, I don't know when the fuck this thing was made specifically, but uh I don't know. I think probably about like 2 grand, 3 grand to go up there for a couple, which I mean I spent that much going to Niagara Falls, and that was
yeah.
wasting money pretty heavily. So I don't think it'd be too bad. But I mean, honestly, like going out there for a week though, that's a damn good amount of time. You go out there just for like 3 days, saving quite a lot
Yeah.
of money. So I guess that's not too bad. But I don't know. The idea of going to Japan like is something that I've thought about a lot, because it's like the one place that if I was to go there, I would actually feel like I made a trip somewhere that wasn't where I've already been. If you go to
Yeah.
like Niagara Falls, it doesn't really have that much of a different feeling than just going to a more populated city in a place you've been 100 times. But you go to like hypothetically, if I went to Iceland, that's another place I really want to go. That's a whole
Yep.
different world out there. Like that, a whole different world. You go to Iceland, I want to go to Japan, and I want to go to purely for the food. I want to go to Texas
Hmm.
just for that alone. I want to go to some, I want to go there for some, awesome food. But I was even thinking about possibly moving to New York, like more like Buffalo
Yeah.
or something like that. I was thinking about moving out there at some point, but like just for the cost difference. But like traveling different places and seeing different locations and seeing what it's like to live in different cultures or whatever, it'd be absolutely wicked. But now the fact that I
Yeah.
looked at that, it's like it's gonna be on my head probably for the next month or two, and I'm probably gonna think about it pretty heavily. But I guarantee you, sometime next year, I'm gonna be up in Japan at some point, 100%.
Well, you don't want to be in Alberta right now.
Fuck no, I thought about moving up there, but I think I told you like we were planning on probably just moving to like Kingston or something instead.
Yeah.
Because
Well,
at this
it's
point, like it doesn't matter where you are in Canada, shit's getting way overpriced no
yeah.
matter where you live. And it's
Well,
harder to spend a lot of money to go up there just for the same problem.
that's not even the issue right now. Half of fucking Alberta's on fire, so
Oh, well, yeah, that's true. I mean, I feel like isn't it like Banff that's on fire? I can't
I
remember.
haven't looked too deeply into it, but there's a post legitimately saying that over half of fucking Alberta is practically on fire right now.
Yeah, yeah. So it says like Banff is like one of the real bad ones right now. But I saw
Yeah.
a picture. You see like a little TikTok pop up of like Calgary yesterday, and it was like blue skies, bright, nice looking. It just looked incredible from this certain view on this high rise.
Yeah.
And then it showed the next day, and it literally looked straight up like you were inside of like hell. Like it just everything was all like dark orange, just like fog and like the cloud of smoke, like just covering everything. It's like just looked awful, like looked horrible. It was insane. So like yeah, a lot of things up there are pretty messed up, but I feel like due to like I don't know how the fire might have started. I really don't know if it was like a forest fire that was caused by just specifically the elements, like maybe the sun, whatever, maybe like the change in weather super quick, or if it was someone actually started the fire by accident. But I don't know, it's just like it's kind of crazy. I saw that specifically, and going up there, it's like holy shit. And
Yeah.
it sounds really funny. This is not to be an asshole. That might help the prices. People are gonna want to leave. So I'm just saying maybe, but like goddamn, it's the fire began from a prescribed burn near the town site. Okay, so it was from a specific burn that someone did, a prescribed burn, which do you know specifically what that means? In my head, it's just like it's a planned burn to
Prescribed
try to get
burn.
rid of something
It's
specific. Like it's a
a pres-
planned burn of like
Yeah,
getting rid of a certain area.
it sounds like somebody got a permit to burn in a certain location and it just
Yep.
got out of hand.
Yeah, it's like, hey, we need to burn X amount of land so we can try to like clear it out, faster or whatever, and try to get rid of everything that's in it so we can use it for X company or build that we're doing. And they're like, all right, cool, you've been marked, everything's good to go. And then they're like, okay, cool. Oh shit, yeah, you know about that? Oh fuck, yeah, we just burnt like half of Alberta down. So you know what? Hey, it's your fault. You let me do it. God damn, it's going to Banff expensive. Why? Why is that the next thing? What is that? I was like, look at this Banff on fire. Is Banff expensive? Jesus
Not
Christ. Yeah.
anymore.
Not anymore. I mean, yeah, I guess so, because you got to pay to, well, no, we have free healthcare.
See,
So
another
it's
thing
not too bad.
of that in visiting Japan and whatnot, one of their bigger things is tattoos and whatnot. So one that being that there's a big stigma with Japan's culture and tattoos because tattoos in certain sections of it, from what I understand, are frowned upon because it's a yakuza thing, right?
Hmm.
Yakuza are always tattooed, and it's more of like if you have them and you're visiting, it's more of a good idea to just have them
Cover them up.
covered.
Yeah. They ought
Yeah.
to be like, oh, yeah, they might be gang affiliated, whatever. But like they look at, like, let's say, like the average, very pale Caucasian male walking down the road and they see that they like obviously they probably understand the difference maybe, but the wrong person looks at it and gets the wrong idea because maybe it has a similarity to it. Then that's, yeah,
Yeah.
100% I could see that. But yeah, it's a little crazy. I mean, I don't have any
Yeah.
tattoos, so I'm chilling. But goddamn, I want some
Hey, that could be a topic for the next one is
tattoos.
tattoos.
Fuck yeah. I mean, I feel at some point I legit like I'm getting the idea that I had before. That's still my plan. If I get a tattoo, the next thing on my list of things I want to do for myself, other than trying to be like more set financially, whatever, like try to figure some things out, but is that tattoo, that same tattoo, uh,
Mm.
from the same place in Kingston, from the same person. I got the same idea. It's like a 2 grand tattoo, so I really gotta like save the pennies for that one, so I don't have to like worry because I am possibly getting that standing desk I was talking about very soon.
Mm.
We've had some pretty crazy couple months here. We did the subathon last month, hit 1,041 subs earlier this month, dropped down from like 700 because the last subathon. We're back up to 791 right now. So it's like makes no fucking sense. So I'm gonna try to do things for that, I guess. But and
Man's
maybe
out
that
here making
fucking body
moves.
pillow and some cool art. What would you say?
Man's out here making moves.
I'm making moves, bro. I'm trying at least. Trying my best. I'm trying to make some more videos and whatnot. Anyways, fuck yeah. So it's a pretty good fucking podcast today. Eh?
Yeah.
You got your thing
Yeah.
you're doing in 27 fucking minutes.
Yeah. Just a bit.
Yeah, just a little bit. Yeah, we wrapped this one up pretty well. I mean, the whole topic stemmed from anime, and then it kind of like found its own way. But
Yep.
yeah, I'm gonna be honest. Like after this episode, I'm gonna fucking upload it, and then I'm probably gonna go and just take a fucking piss, figure out dinner, and then try to watch that fucking Edge Runner. I'm gonna literally send you a snap of me showing it. Like I'm gonna be like, all right, trying it right now. I need to see. I need to see what it's like because
It's very fast paced, which I think you'll enjoy.
yeah, I don't want too much time to think. I just want to see. I just want to see some action because action is key for me. But it depends on the kind. I mean, I also like watching Gangsters, which is 3 fucking hours. So I mean, like we'll see. So I guess not too bad. But anyways, dude, fellas, thank you guys for listening. 1 month, liquid therapy, 1 month. That's been a pretty decent one as of yesterday. Technically, it's been a month since we uploaded. I guess our first one.
Yep.
Actually no, like just about. Anyways, we're in week 4, so I'll have to see exactly when we uploaded the first one, but I'm pretty sure it was like around that. But I guess we'll see you guys in the next one. We're gonna talk a little bit about tattoos and some other things, art and tattoos and stuff like that in general. I guess I feel like it's a good way to pick it up. So we'll see you guys in there. Guys, check out the socials. Liquid Therapy Pod on Twitter, and everything else should be found in the description or the bio or the about section, whatever you guys want to see it on. Whatever you're listening on Spotify or YouTube, we appreciate you very much. And we'll catch you guys next time. Cheers and enjoy yourselves.